Dude, not to be dramatic right now, but hello, dude. It's episode 3 of the Lonniedos Vibecast. They said it couldn't be done. I don't know who they are, but imagine doubting me for something so specific. I put my shortcomings on display pretty often, and there's a lot of them. It'd be hard not to, so I don't. Try. Dude, episode 3, Lonniedos Vibecast. Let's freaking get it. How many times do you have to say it legally for it to be a podcast? I feel like a lot of stuff gets repeated, you know, in a live setting or just, you know, I don't know what I'm saying. I lost my train of thought, dude. Why is my cup so sweaty, dude? Are you nervous, bro? That first sip feeling when you're so nervous? Am I right? Dude, freaking weird thing that's been going on in my life, okay? It's clearly spiraled out of control because my coffee habits are something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I feel like I was talking about neurotic tendencies before. Dang, segue, maybe. Fix it in post. And if you're just listening, don't even worry. Here's the sweat sounds. That's coming out of my armpits. I'm just so nervous talking to you, dude. I promised a Vibecast. I never said the vibes wouldn't be awkward and ask a lot of you. They're just challenging, dude. This is it's challenging. Sophisticated content. How do I turn the face cam on type beat? Oh, there we go. Don't even worry about it. You'll not even hear a difference. Was I gonna talk about something today? Oh, dude, freaking, I've been making videos on this YouTube website and audio on this Spotify for just as long. I'm tenured in, it's fine. What I meant to say was, I've been working hard in the content creation workforce for so long, breaking my back in the digital gulags and providing a lot, some would say. Shit. And during that time, I've chronicled my coffee consumption, caffeine consumption in general, really, but specifically coffee. And dude, I've been off the coffee for like the first time in forever, since like high school, whenever I started drinking it out of pure necessity to survive and to have joy. They go hand in hand, really. One hand's full of joy, one hand's full of nothing that would abstractly threaten my survival. Like a gun. I was trying to avoid saying like a gun, but this is a podcast. Raw and unfiltered, baby. Thank you guys for subscribing. Or however this machine works. Thank you guys for paying the money for this podcast. How'd this audio file get on your phone? I don't know. I just see the money coming in. So thank you. Hope you were ready. No chargebacks. I'm so sorry. I haven't been... Usually I speak in like one words, but I'm trying to elaborate for a podcast to make the story longer. And then I keep losing my train of thought. God damn it. Choo choo. I just haven't been drinking coffee since like February, dude. I bought a new coffee pot and it sucks, period. At least that's my hypothesis so far. That's my conclusion up until this point, is that it just kind of sucks. It's pretty subpar. I think it was just cheap off Amazon. I feel like you got to get a new one every once in a while because it'll start tasting like you don't take care of it. I feel like this probably happens to everyone, but this one has not made it through the hazing stage, so I don't know. I've just kind of allowed it to happen because I've sort of integrated energy drinks into my life when I started Twitch streaming for a while, and it was like justified because listen, don't worry about my diet, okay? Just know that coffee has been less of a part of it specifically. So this boy hitting, and dang, if explaining it was that hard, trudging forward excites me. Yeah, I feel like this coffee just, it doesn't have whatever monster has in it to help you focus. The lack of taurine is, I can tell, in my thought process and in my performance. Thank you guys for listening to this bastard program. It is available, like, I don't know if I said this already, but it's on Spotify and Apple and YouTube and podcast places, dude. Freaking sick. Heck yeah. Please fill out our survey after and let us know how we served you here today. Dude, I've been writing down all my ideas for this podcast, this very Vibecast you're listening to right now, in a specific notes app that is called Hank's Writer. I don't know when this was actually released. Does it say on the iTunes page? Probably freaking does. It came out in 2014. August of 2014. A good year, but a very different year. Yeah, this is kind of like some awkward technology. It's like very antiquated, but sort of on purpose because it's Tom Hanks. It's got a celebrity endorsement, okay? Which is what sold me on it. I don't need to know more. If Tom was involved. I don't know if this was like his idea, but it's just the Tom Hanks typewriter, dude. From 2014, when people used to use typewriters. It's very nostalgic. I've never touched a typewriter. I've seen them in antique stores, and it looks like, you know, some junk, but I don't know how to use one, and I'm probably never going to learn, but this is the closest thing ever, and it's probably nothing like it because it's a typing app. Isn't the whole point of a typewriter that you can't erase stuff? Because that you can erase stuff on this. I think people complained. Which is hilarious. But it is a little clunky, but it just not in the typewriter way, just in the horrible iPhone app way. But it's so funny, and it's Tom Hanks. Yeah. Whenever I have a spurt of inspiration or something hits my ear, and I'm like, God dang, I need to express myself as a male and talk about this in length on a podcast of my own making and express my take on this because it's my take and I've got to give it or whatever. I'm not the proudest mother, but I'm here. What were we talking about? Yeah, Hank's Writer, baby. Really good app. Recommend it if you just need some inspiration to write some stuff. Because the fact that Tom Hanks writes like this, you know, I can only hope that some of his Forrest Gumpedness, Woody's roundedness from Tom Hanksedness can rub off through me.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, Woody's Roundup. Come on, grab your friends. They need some help. All right, I'm gonna put more caffeine in my system, but this one's, there's a purpose, and the purpose is curiosity. And the curiosity is kind of kawaii. Not really. I don't know if you would describe this as kawaii, but this is a fancy Monster Energy drink, dude. The obligatory beverage of the week. This one is just one, so we're not going to go through a bunch of flavors. We're just checking this big fancy one out. I found this at the mall, I think. I don't even remember why I would ever go to the mall, but I was there, and I think I was the only one, but I went into the weeb store, and they had some cool Japanese snacks, I guess. This is a Monster Energy Cuba Libre flavor, dude. I actually have this page pulled up into the audio format. I have this audiobook pulled up right here with my own voice ready to read it to you. This is a non-alcoholic version of a tasty cocktail, usually made from rum and coke, so I guess it's a rum and coke flavored Monster, but this is $8, dude, and I don't know if you can tell, the audio listeners here, but dude, compare it to your knowledge of what a normal Monster can sounds like. I'll clank them together so you can hear the size difference. This is $8. What in tarnation? How is this is highway expensiveness. God dang, god dang. Either way, I'm excited to try this exotic bev, this soft drink. I can't read any of this stuff on here, so but it looks cool and fancy. And it's got like a texture on the can. I guess it's because it's for adults who don't drink alcohol like me. Dude, shout out to me. I have, how many hours have I not drinking alcohol? 100 million? I think it's been like a year and 3 months. Big swag, still going strong. Until now. When I drink this non-alcoholic alcohol simulation beverage from Japan that's probably bootlegged and full of water going in. That's delicious. Yeah, it's actually not, dude. It tastes like Diet Right or something, like some off-brand Pepsi product. But it's pretty good. I mean, it's like a sweet cola, but not familiar enough to be programmed into the human psyche, such as Coca-Cola or Pepsi. But this is pretty good. Tastes like $8 and pleasure. What is the point of, isn't it just Coke flavor if it's rum and Coke flavor, but no Coke? Or no rum? No Coke, no rum? What does this taste like? Cuba? Cuba? How do you pronounce it? I don't know. All right, I'm wasted. I don't know. I guess if you really wanted that for your collection in your tummy of cool bevies you've had before, it would make sense. Does it even give you energy? I can't read the can. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm talking about at this point, but dude, to freaking wrap up this coffee and Monster conversation, this has been the most coffeeless I've been in my life for the past few months, and I don't know how long this is gonna go on, but I've just been kind of letting it rock out of pure novelty. But I should probably switch back to coffee. This is probably like enlarging my heart or something with all the taurine and B vitamins. What if I got too many vitamins? And what is a B vitamin? Is it like a B movie? Because that's not good, probably. It's like the secondary ones that are still good for the wrong reasons. Either way, chug, chug, chug. But yar, dude. Now that the wheels on my storytelling bus are going round and round, lubed them up, rustled the jimmies, gristled the wheels, and then spread mayo on it and washed it off. I've gone through a lot so far, orally. All right, so this is a story from back in 2020. It was sort of like when the pandemic was ending, quote unquote. Maybe it was 2021. I could be wrong. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong about the time, but either way, walking around the Costco with my partner at the time, and we were freaking. I was wearing a Scream t-shirt, like the movie. You guys are familiar with the 1997 classic? I'm gonna be impressed with myself if that's the real year, but it's probably not. I had a Scream shirt on, and there was an old man there, and I think he was doing free samples or whatever. I think he worked there. He was doing something, but he freaking flags me down, apparently because he recognized my shirt, which is interesting. I didn't know that old people liked horror movies like that, but dude, his name was freaking, his name was Craig Muckler, and he introduced himself to me as such, and he was a nice old dude. He's like, you like horror movies? And I'm like, yes, sir. I wish I remember what samples or whatever he was doing. I guess it wasn't important. Also, I don't want any free samples from anyone. It's just awkward. I personally would have just kept walking, but alas. But he was like, you like horror movies? I produce horror movies. And I'm like, oh, snap, that's kind of cool. What does that even mean? That feels like it could mean pretty much anything, or a lot of things at least. Maybe not anything. He's like, yeah, I worked on, you ever seen Microwave Massacre? And I actually have. At least I've seen like the first half an hour because it's super dull and nothing happens from what I remember. They do massacre somebody in the micro. I don't even know. They might not massacre anyone. That's neither here nor there. That's at Costco. I'm at Costco. Visualize me at Costco. Mentally, I'm at Costco, where I can no longer go back to visit Craig unless I get a membership of my own. Alas, another detour on the road we will verbally go down now. But yeah, he was just telling me about his freaking career producing horror movies, which is in itself pretty cool, okay? I gotta say. Next part, not so cool. I'm definitely not hating by any means. Craig, if you're out there, shouts out to the boy. I mean, he's like 80 years old, dog. I don't even know if he's out there. But he was super excited to tell me about the movies in friggin' Dote. But they had just put out a movie. And this is this is the controversial part where I just cannot believe Craig is even wrapped up in this personally. Clearly he was not the man in charge. He's just the producer, one of many producers, it looks like. 3. Oh, executive producer. Gotcha. Okay, anyway. I don't want to spread any false narratives here, but this is one of the movies that he was talking to me about, and it was very, very timely. The poster, from the creators of 56 Zombies and Microwave Massacre, I guess that's another movie, but the poster says Angry Asian Murder Hornets. This sting will be your last. And this is like when COVID and stuff was starting, dude, so it's like super like racist. At least I'm pretty sure. It certainly makes me uncomfortable. But luckily, it seems like they've since changed the name to just Murder Hornets, which I mean, I can't imagine that there could be anything in the film that would be a little harder to edit out or to make less inflammatory. I don't know. I haven't watched it, dude. Apparently, it's on Tubi right now. Maybe I should. Does it even have a rating? Has anyone watched it? Murder Hornets, also known as Angry Asian Murder Hornets, released in 2020 by prolific director Dustin Ferguson, is not one of the better movies made by him. True. Yes, they're talking about the name, leaving a bad taste in your mouth. Very reasonable. No matter what you do in life, please know that you are better at this than Dustin Ferguson is at making movies. Ooh, boom roasted. I wonder if Craig Muckler is friends with that guy. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like the Letterboxd community or anyone of that I can see here has anything good to say about this movie. And the description of the movie is just Killer Murder Hornets Attack America. Yeah, I don't know. Seems a little on the nose, and maybe just read the room next time. But we're all part of the. I think your judgment was clouded, is all I think. It's just such a bummer. It really puts a stop to my enthusiasm about the first half of the story, like my whole experience. Because Microwave Massacre sucks ass. I can't be stoked on that. I get this excited old man just being like, I made you like horror movies? You like that movie on your shirt? Have you seen this horrible racist movie that my grandson probably made or something? Oh my God, dude. I'm so glad this is a podcast and you can never see me gleek, which I would never do because that's gross. And I'm hydrating, not dehydrating, never. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he didn't make the movie or pick the movie. I mean, he's freaking old, dude. He probably didn't even know what was going on. I'm trying to give you an out here, Craig, if you're listening. He doesn't even know what's going on. Grandpa, back to bed. He loves making movies. We put his name on the title. It's fine. But yeah, it's like a pretty wholesome, cute story until I keep talking, which I guess that's my bad, or a fault of the podcasting genre. Who can I place blame on? That isn't me, the lonniedos Entertainment Corporation. Also, can you guys smash that like button with your ears? Thank you. If you're in the car right now, I hope me hitting the microphone with my bald fist didn't disrupt you just then. I didn't even mean to do that, dude. Speaking of stuff that makes me so angry, I could just use my bald fist like that. That didn't sound very loud. There you go. God, I'm so angry I could I could just call the I could call the authorities on myself. Start a scene. You're being ridiculous. Dude, friggin' Bam Margera, famous skateboarder. You guys may remember him if you grew up around the same time as me. He was like probably the second most popular skateboarder in the world next to Tony Hawk, if not at times more popular. I know that there's been like clips on podcasts where he's talked about like, I used to sell more skateboards than Tony Hawk, and that's like pretty mind-blowing when you think about it, but it makes complete sense because Bam was like, I think he's younger, and he was like on TV, on MTV. He had like TV shows and stuff in the video games and just had the star power, you know? He was a force to be reckoned about, as I say. Me. And if you want to say it too, that's cool. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. But he's basically been battling with substance abuse problems pretty publicly for a long time, and I think it's just been sort of bouncing around trying to get help with that in rehab centers and stuff, which, you know, is sad to see, and it's understandably a complicated situation, and honestly, I don't really keep up with it at all, but I've seen a couple, like, I think Patrick CC did a video or two on him, And then around when the Jackass movie was coming around, I think some of the knowledge like trickled out into my ears or something, because I think Steve-O talked about it on his podcast, and because he wasn't in the movie, so there was, I guess, drama with that or something because he was not sober. Anyway, fast forward to now. Apparently there's some sort of movement on Reddit. I don't know what that means. I mean, I guess I do. I just don't know how popular it is or how serious it is. I guess serious enough. There's 1,000 people on this subreddit right now, so I guess that's something. But it's this subreddit just about Bam Margera and trying to free him, because apparently yeah, I don't know. That's where my knowledge kind of starts and ends. So it's like, I don't know if it's really like free him for good reason or free him because we don't understand. And of course he wants to be free because everyone wants that, right? Either way, dude, there's been this recent series of podcasts. I feel like we've been transported back to 2017 or whenever Shane Dawson was doing those like videos that, like Jake Paul, that were like an hour long each, dude. The video documentary series or whatever. Because this, I mean, shout out to this person, BJ Investigates. I mean, maybe not shout out because I don't necessarily know if I agree with what you're doing morally. But I guess she's the one who started the free Bam movement, and now Bam is out of rehab and has caught wind of this and is free to, from what I could tell, drunkenly ramble on these podcasts. And they said they're going to do like 10 of these. They've released 2 so far. I don't know if I'm trying to sit through all of that. It really just seems like he's wasted. And are you really going to sit there and talk for 10 hours? I don't know. It seems like a lot to deal with. And pretty scummy. But like I said, I mean, I don't really know all the... if you're a journalist, I guess you could do that. But I mean, yes, whole weird situation. The next video is like, Steven wants Bam Margera arrested. That's just like in response to... Because he's like, you can clearly see he's engaging in self-destructive behavior. So I don't know. There's 2 sides, and I think I understand both sides. The tricky, weird thing where it's like, should you be forced to get help? Maybe. I guess. I don't know. But I guess, if anything, in the next 7 podcasts, 8 podcasts that are coming out, maybe there will be more information. But it just kind of seems like whoever the BJ girl is, I'm assuming that's her, kind of just seems like she doesn't want any accountability. She's like, it's not my job to not tell you to drink on a podcast. I'm not letting you because that would assume that I ever had the say in you have every say to not have someone consume substances on a show in a professional setting. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's definitely exploitative at the very least. And it's kind of interesting, but they were like, should I even give it more of my time consuming this? It didn't really seem like they were getting at anything, and it's just kind of gross. It's kind of only interesting for the wrong reasons, and it's a bummer. Hopefully he'll get the help that he needs. Yeah, if anyone else with addiction problems out there, shout out to you, dude, fighting the good fight if you're trying to get better. Or if you need help, you should get it. And yeah, I've dealt with some of that stuff myself, and I know people who have, and it's rough, but it's doable, and it's worth doing, in my opinion. That much I know. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had more good stuff to say about it, but there's just not much there. I guess the story is that he's free and has a platform to talk. Well, on a lighter note, maybe things aren't so bad. Angry Birds lands in cars in collab with Mercedes-Benz. We can finally play Angry Birds in the car. I can't believe we couldn't do it sooner, dude. I want to feel like I'm on cloud 9 when I'm in my vehicle. This should be a sanctuary of gaming and flinging birds. I want to feel like I'm at Chili's on the Ziosk paying 99 cents a minute to fling those little birds, but in my Mercedes-Benz that I will be purchasing specifically for this reason. This is a console seller if there's ever gonna be one on a Mercedes console. Yeah, I don't know. This just seems like a joke article, but I figured, I mean, we talked about Angry Birds last time, dude. More Angry Birds news. You freaking shout out Pocket Gamer for keeping me in the know. Drive angry. Aside from the obvious, many cars manufacturers include multimedia aspects and the natural next step including mobile games. Is it the natural next step? Is it? How mobile is the game at that point? Because if it's in your phone, that's more mobile. I guess maybe it's a binary thing. I don't care anymore. Also, every time I use the word binary, I'm not talking about gender. Some people are insufferable. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I want to throw this in there. Have I said anything of substance? I hope so. Who is gaming in their car? What is the purpose of gaming in your car? It's just like a very... Like, I'm trying to think of a practical use. Like, does the passenger play the games in the car? That still would be distracting, no? Also, I'm saying this because I freaking... A week ago, when it snowed in the spring because Minnesota is stupid, the weather makes no sense. It'll be 80 one day and then snow the next day for no reason in April. It's perfect. But dude, I freaking stopped while it was snowing the other day. My bad. And I got rear-ended, but I didn't even feel the need to stop afterwards. You know, it was just, what are you gonna do? I feel like only more unwanted circumstances could come from me speaking to you about how you don't know how to drive, so I'll just do us both a favor and keep it pushing and go find God, maybe. I don't know, that's just kind of the type of shit I've been on. The car crash specifically, not the finding God part. That was freestyled, ad-libbed, embellished. Dude, I can't freaking believe the verified Twitter stuff is still going on, or I should just say the verified check stuff, because it's since spread to other social media apps, websites, services. Dude, it all started with the Elon Musk shit. Freaking, he was like, we're gonna make verified mean not what it means anymore, and you could pay for it, and it's lit. At least it was lit for like a month, and then I paid for it, dude. It was actually pretty fire. It wasn't what I imagined actually getting verified the old-fashioned way was, which I never got. RIP, I was robbed. I mean, not really. Can't be robbed of something you never had or something, whatever. Anyway, but dude, the first month of Twitter Blue was pretty lit. You get a verified tab that people can bother you in, so it's just like more Twitter, which is cool, and then you get the peace of mind of knowing that people might actually see your posts. And that's why you don't get likes, instead of just wondering if, dang, I wonder if I didn't get likes because I didn't pay, you know? But yeah, that spread to Instagram, who has just been, you know, because that's Meta, Facebook. God bless their soul, Mark Zuckerberg. I love smoking steaks in my backyard. Dude, they've been chomping at the bit to freaking get you to pay for Facebook for forever. Dude, nobody wants you to even be here, dude. No one is paying for that. But that's not even true, because Elon Musk opened the doors, and now it sort of made sense for Instagram to start doing it, and then... So, of course, logically, they double the price and make it stupider. I don't even know what being verified on Instagram gives you, because I haven't done it. I don't want to pay $15, but maybe I should, dude. It's a tax write-off. People say that to justify purchases. You just don't pay taxes on the money. You're still paying the money, dumbass. That's like the same logic that gets you to sign up for credit cards and use coupons and do other bastardly stuff I can't imagine of doing in my wildest dreams. Ugh, scoff. I scoff at you with my 720 credit score and a smile on my face, or whatever. It's just very, like, okay. My credit score, whatever it is, it's very okay. Tumblr is in shambles. They think they're funny, and their user base is very niche and quirky. So if you go on there, which I know, haha, you're not going on there, dude. I've actually been kind of going on Tumblr more often since people were saying they were going to leave Twitter and never did. I started going on it, and like everybody, the app is basically the same as how you remember in 2014, with a little more clothes on, which is fine by me. But dude, you could have like 4 check marks if you want. You can pay for like 10 check marks. They just, okay, take it away now. It's ridiculous. I will not pay to play. I have served too long in the aforementioned digital gulag to pay to be here, you sons of guns. But I am happy to be here, in your ears, in your car. I'm trying to sew this all up with a beautiful bow on top. Is it working? How's my driving? Uh-oh. That's got to be really scary in the car. But thank you guys for listening to another installment of the lonniedos Vibecast. I appreciate you guys. Oh, and I friggin' wanted to roast my mother before we get out of here, because she clearly does not know what a podcast is. She asked how to watch it, and I said it's on YouTube, and friggin' she's like, okay, I don't know if I'll try to find it. And I'm like, do you use Spotify or Apple Podcast? She's like, no. So I just sent her the Apple Podcast, and then she sent me a picture of her watching the podcast on the TV, which is not how I imagine most people open podcast links for the first time. Thank you guys for watching, listening, and whatever. Thank you for freaking the support. I appreciate you. This is a really fun little thing that, I don't know. We chillin', we vibing, we working out the kinks. We shaming the kinks. Shame me in the comments if you want. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, boys. Peace.